Guys, we're back officially. Lock In Podcast with your favorite daughter and your favorite dad.
What up, people? Back from the Boston.
I know Dad was in Boston. I think we were jealous. He was with the Ops. He was with the Celtics fans. But I was here in Indiana, watching the Pacers thrive.
They was out there representing. The Boston fan base is strong out there.
Well, of course. Yeah. I mean, the Celtics let them down. Yeah. Jason Tatum's in recovery. Anyway, it's not the time to even talk about it. But while we were gone, there was a lot to unpack. Game 1 and 2 of the finals already happened, and there was breaking news. Poor Knicks fans. RIP New York. The Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau, head coach, after losing Game 6 to the Pacers in the conference finals.
Terrible.
I
don't know why they would do that, but to their credit, they are going after Jay Kidd, and he's not happy in Dallas. How do we feel?
You don't think he's happy in Dallas? Now they lost Luka, but you get number 1 pick soon.
What's the number 1 pick gonna do? That means I have to rebuild. So if I'm Jay Kidd, I'm like, I had a good system. You took all my people.
Yeah.
All right.
Go to the Knicks.
Got Luka going to LA.
That's fair.
They're trying to trade everybody else. So at this point, rebuilding. If I'm Jay Kidd, I'm taking Knicks money too. They're gonna pay him a chunk.
New York has the money, don't they?
Oh yes.
But the thing is, you have to keep Brunson. You have to keep Karl Anthony Towns. You have to keep that core going.
Brunson is good. Towns will stay there.
Yeah.
The problem is next year. What will they do with OG, Robinson?
Yeah, that'll be big. How do you convince all those people to stay?
Yeah, like you're gonna offer them less money than the open market. I don't know.
I think you make it. I mean, in his years there at the Knicks, he made it 4 out of the 5 times to the playoffs. Like, I just don't get it. That's happened to every coach though.
You should let him ride though.
But no coach is safe, honestly, in the NBA besides Steve Kerr. Like Steve Kerr is not going anywhere.
No,
he will retire a Golden State Warrior fan. Like,
as long as Steph stays, Steve Kerr ain't going nowhere.
No, literally. And if Steph leaves, he's just gonna retire because he feels fine. Yeah, love you, Steve. Love you, Steve.
Soon Steph say, "Hey, you know what? Make this a double party. We out of here."
No, literally. Everyone have a great day. Retirement party for both of us. Everyone's invited. But that was the breaking news, and it'll be big when they pick someone because I think every coach should want that New York Knicks job. I think that's the main one everyone wants right now.
Every coach that goes to the Knicks will be pressured, but it is a good job to go to. I think you can really have a good market.
Yeah, a great market.
And you'll have a fan base that's truly loyal, so you don't have to worry about you lose. Selling out.
It won't be like when the Lakers needed a coach. Everyone's like, I'm not coaching LeBron.
Nah, not close.
But they figured it out. Anyway, but the main chunk is game 1 and 2 happened already. Both very, very different games. So that's the thing, both in Oklahoma. You wouldn't even think they both were in Oklahoma. You think the stats that just happened. But the Pacers end up winning game 1. Yeah. They only had the lead, guys, for 0.3 seconds due to a Halliburton swoosh at the very end. They were down the whole game. No one was watching anymore at that point. I barely was watching either. But can the Pacers rely on a Halliburton game winner throughout the rest of the series? Or do they need to start taking leads?
They need to get the lead and hold it. They can't depend on the last second shot from Halliburton or anybody else. But the first game, they got hot. It
was like literally fourth quarter with 8 minutes left. All of a sudden, it was like a 20-7 run.
Yeah, and they hit a lot of threes to get back in the game.
They did.
They did all those little things. OKC, I think, took their foot off the pedal, and they just
they did. I agree.
But the Pacers are going to have to figure out how to get a lead, hold it, and put the pressure on OKC to make a play.
Well, I think the main thing too, what you have to clean up is Pacers had 24 turnovers that game.
They got robbed.
That means OKC had 24 extra possessions that weren't even supposed to be for them.
That means OKC went to the bank,
went
to the ice cream shop, went to the hot dog stand with all they pickings.
Thank you. They're like, can we take it? Thanks, tomorrow.
Thank you, I got that.
Thanks, we'll take that one more time. And it's not even just like, their main defensive players. Like SGA had majority of those steals too.
Well, he's a slick one. He's a true pickpocket when it comes to taking.
He is.
He lets you go by and then he pokes it away.
Comes right from the back
every time. You think you got by him, and then all of a sudden, here's this. I think he got like a 6-foot wingspan.
And then you're pissed,
right?
Basically.
Then there they go.
Yeah.
Bam. So I think for the Pacers, they got to be strong with the ball. They got to know that OKC is going to reach for the ball.
Yeah.
And
that's what they're known for, though.
Trying to draw fouls by flaying and throwing the ball out front.
Yeah, they are.
And when you do that, you got a team that's good with their hands. you're gonna lose. You're gonna create a lot of turnovers.
Well, you've seen a true frustration with the Pacers with the refs. Like you can tell, like they get so frustrated when they don't feel like a call was theirs or whatever.
But it's the finals. No one's going to give you a call.
Oh yeah.
You're not supposed to expect the refs to bail you out when you're down 20.
Yeah. Well, they call SGA a free throw merchant. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, because he's
always at the free throw.
He's killing them.
We had to make sure you know what I meant. But literally, they're saying like he's always at the free throw line. Well, always.
Think about his shot selection. It's not a lot of threes. No. Right? His thing is split.
Beautiful floaters.
Might drop a floater, but he does the mid range better than anybody.
Yeah, beautiful.
I mean, he's over 50%. I think from mid range. Then, like you said, you add on top of that he gets to the free throw line at least double.
Too many times, guys. Right? Yeah, so for sure.
30 points for him is easy.
Easy.
Right? I'm shooting mid range. I'm not shooting low percentage threes all day. Yeah. So for SG, hey, yeah, that's easy money.
I'm gonna take it
all day.
I mean,
they can't stop me from getting to the free throw line.
I mean, that's really what happened in game one. The SG was at the free throw line. They were working smooth. Everything was working. Literally up until the very, very end. Tyrese gets the win, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, can he keep doing it? They just need, it doesn't matter to go down to the end.
SGA missed the one shot he had to make.
Wasn't that awkward? I mean, imagine like, oh, we got it. He's making them. He doesn't. And there was like a picture of still. I'll put it in the video. Pacers fans were like, OKC fans are like,
yeah.
They knew it was coming.
The one shot he had to make the whole game. He missed it.
Bricked.
And that's what happened.
Painful.
All right. But they had a chance to put them away early. But still, like, everything aligned for the Pacers in game 1. Game 2, OKC was like, all right, got it.
Yeah. That's now we're going to game 2 because game 2, OKC learned from every mistake they made. They were like, the one thing the Pacers say is like, it is to the wire. We never think we're out. And so OKC was like, okay, bet. We're going to put the pedal to the metal every single second. And they did. They ended up winning 123-107. And I just want to make something super clear. 7 Pacer players had double digits, not one over 20 points.
Yeah, and most of that came in the fourth quarter.
But you can't win a game with not one person on your team getting at least 20. Tyrese has to start doing that.
What's wild is so take away one of those players for the turnover ratio.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, fair.
So
fair.
They got beat by 20.
Mm-hmm.
Each turnover is basically a 20, a point.
Yeah.
So that's 20 right there.
Yeah.
So their turnover ratio cancels out one player's whole stat sheet.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to have to adjust to the big combo that they came out with Hartenstein and Hulk.
Yeah, that's true. Because they took Hartenstein out of the starting lineup. But then when he comes in, he dominates. So I'm not even mad at it.
Bryant can't stop him from getting on the boards.
Yeah.
Turner can't stop him from getting on the boards.
Yeah.
Because Turner is running out to avoid Chet.
Yep. Holmgren every time. So every time, yeah.
No one to grab a rebound.
No.
So
not one person.
They figured it out. OKC made their adjustment.
Yeah.
So that they had the best opportunity to win that.
And the thing is, though, what you notice, like SGA, he's doing everything he needs to do. He's dropping, like 30 plus points. He already has 72 points through game 1 and 2.
Ooh, that boy cooking.
Sorry, but according to my calculations, that's like we're nearing half of the points are going to him, guys. Maybe a little more defense.
They can't stop him because they setting the pick and roll up at like high,
beautiful,
near half court.
Beautiful, yeah.
So once he splits it, now you got one man open regardless. All he has to do is make the right play, and game 2 he made every right play. He made the pass.
Yeah.
He took the shot. Made the pass, take the shot. Williams showed out, got him a good.
Jalen Williams is doing what he needs to do as a role player. Yeah.
Holcomb, whatever. Yeah. He stepped out, got him a quick 10, 12 in the first half. So yeah,
everyone's doing what they need to do.
They came out and played the game that they knew they can play.
Yeah.
By sharing the ball, but let SGA run the offense.
Do you feel like if SGA drops 40, but Tyrese drops 30, that's enough for the Pacers to win? Or does SGA have to be stopped?
I think it does. I think with Halliburton, he needs to be aggressive.
More aggressive.
If he starts taking shots and he starts making those shots, it draws attention.
Okay, fair.
Right?
Fair,
so
fair,
now,
fair, fair.
Naismith is open.
I like that. Yeah.
What's the little light skin dude?
Drew Nemhard. Sorry, Drew Nemhard. Your nickname's
Nemhard.
Little Light Skin.
Hey, he open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, think about first game too. Oh boy, Halliburton was aggressive. Even Bryant had like 3 threes.
You know what? Shout out IU alum.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, think about that.
Yeah.
The dude he barely played in the season.
Yeah. It worked.
Oh boy was so aggressive with the ball, they had to collapse in.
Yeah.
He was dropping dimes to somebody that averaged 2 points a game.
Thing is though, is OKC can shoot threes that you're like, ooh, why do you shoot that? But make them. Pacers can't do that. No. I genuinely think if a shot looks bad, it's not going in. But then like you see like OKC, like Chet will take a 3 and you're like, ugh. But then it makes it and you're like,
well, because he's also wide open.
True.
There's a difference whenever I ain't got nobody within 3 feet of me.
Because no one thinks he's taking that shot. They do that to Miles Turner too. Yeah. When Miles Turner's going to take a 3, they're like, go ahead, I guess. And then they make it and they're like, okay.
We'll live with that.
Yeah, right.
But we're not going to let Halliburton get 40.
Yeah.
Right. So they're over there. They're doing their thing when it comes to the concept of running their offense. SGA has it down pat.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
Halliburton has it down pat, but we've all seen Halliburton take a day off. Even in the regular season, he took a day off. In the playoffs, he averaged more away than he did at home. Right? Mm-hmm. So now you got to figure, what is he going to do in game 3?
Yeah.
Is he going to take a day off? Because that means you about to be down again.
Yeah.
So, and you got 2 games at home.
2 at home.
You got to figure out how he going to come out and be ready.
Wow, talk about
to play
pressure.
2 hard games.
He has to.
They going to come at him.
Crowd helps. Energy helps.
Yeah.
Being tied, though, I'm not mad at it being tied. I'm not. If the Pacers were up 2-0, I'd be like, wow, that's unexpected. OKC's up 2-0. I'm not going to say that's like, oh my God, I'm shocked. But it being tied, it's still neutral.
Yeah. And
like OKC could come to Indy and just whoop.
I think they're going to take game 3.
Oh, really? Really?
They're going to come in. They're going to run the same style of offense. SGA, high pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? With Hartenstein. With with him being able to dribble and split the middle. And then play that. The only way that does not happen if they decide to go back to the one big lineup.
I don't think they'll do that though. So. But what do you think? What do you think that OKC needs to change?
I don't think they should.
Do you feel like that's just working?
Yeah, play it out.
Okay.
Start it out and then make your halftime adjustment.
Okay.
But I don't change a single thing.
That's fair.
OKC, I murdered you at home.
They did. When I tell you, Pacers didn't even get up. Oh God! I mean, the first quarter, it was strong. Like it was back and forth for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you just see like, OKC get away, get away, and then Pacers cannot catch back up.
They was confident. They was doing their thing. So I was saying, OKC 3rd game, they get that. Pacers go back. You know what I'm saying? Look like a big old stadium full of lemonade with all the yellow shirts.
Thank you. Welcome to the lemonade stand.
Right.
Thank you.
Lemonade day.
No, literally.
They're gonna be ready.
Oh, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be so good though. It's gonna be so good. But I think the main thing too is what I was thinking about, what we were just talking about, like Pacers and OKC, is like I feel like no one really still believes that the Pacers can do it. Because even in game 1, Halliburton hits a game winner. Like people are saying, like it's luck. They're not good. They're not good enough. That was just luck. Do you feel like that's fair?
That's because people expected OKC to run away with it.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't really see this as
the energy. It was like after game 1 with Pacers winning, everyone thought like, okay, and then they got blown out second.
But there's a little history with the Eastern and Western Conference being that the West is always better.
Really?
Right. Think about like with records wise, like
lot
of teams in the West always end up with like 50-win seasons.
Oh, that's fair.
And then you come to the East and it's like you made the playoffs with 28 wins. Like you were under 500 and you made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So
going into that, like that was the lowest first game finals like watch since the COVID game, which like of course that game like no one wants to watch COVID game, like no hate no shade to the Lakers winning that time, but no hate no shade LeBron. But why do you feel like people think this is a bad finals?
Because it was just OKC is a dominating team, and no one was talking about any of the supporting cast for the Pacers.
Thank you.
No one talked about the supporting cast.
Yeah.
So when they come out and they get 20, 25, you're like, ooh, somebody showed up.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
The OKC literally can get you 6 or 7 guys with 20 piece.
Yeah.
Easy.
And they're fun to watch.
Yes.
Like they're actually like entertaining. They're fast. It's moving. And we talked about that, I think, last time that we said like both these teams are fast and it's gonna be fun because you said it. You were like, it's gonna be 100+ game every series. Every series. But so I feel like personally that the reason people think this is a bad finals is because there isn't like a big name. There isn't a LeBron. There isn't a KD. There isn't a Steph Curry. You do see what I'm saying? Like there isn't a Giannis. There isn't a like Jokic. Like I think that's why people are like, I don't want to watch the young Bucks that are lucky. But the young Bucks, this is who's about to make a legacy and be on the come up. We all said it when Jason Tatum won his first ring.
Yeah,
the newbies are coming.
I like it because it's small market teams.
100%.
Right? It's not LA. It's not New York. It's not
Boston
Miami
Celtics. It's not like places with like tons of history.
Yeah, it's like the stadium is built for the people that can fit the city, right? So
literally, though,
both of these teams now have proven that it doesn't matter if you have a big 3, big 4. Whatever,
I see what you're saying. Right? Yeah,
like
or like
teams with the big market. Like New York. We'll go back to New York. That's what they did. Yeah, they got Towns. They gave up their whole future for Bridges.
Whole future,
right? So you're like, oh, we got the 3 guys that can take us over the top because they both average 25 a game. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And then you see how that turned out.
Yeah.
Right. And before that, it was LeBron doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
there always is a big 3, isn't there?
Yeah. So
like a Steph, Draymond, Clay, or a Bron, or like a Bron, Dwayne Wade, Bosh.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, people don't even realize Golden State wasn't even a big 3. They were terrible.
No, Golden State was bad.
What's his name? Mark Jackson.
Okay.
First coach. Okay. He started it by getting them rolling. He leaves, whatever the situation may be. But Mark Jackson, in my opinion, should stay. Okay. Steve Kerr comes in.
Mm-hmm. Changes the program.
Gets the program going. Now they're a hot city.
Yeah, but they weren't.
But
so your point is,
you had chemistry with them, and then they had when they were winning all their championships, they had good role players.
They did. They did. Yes. Iguodala and Livingston, Jordan Poole.
They had people that knew their role. So they were already 5-6 deep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It clicked.
You know what I'm saying? You had a young, what's up, boy? Harrison?
Yeah.
He got traded with Wiggins.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, Wiggins was a key one.
Yeah. So, like, they have 5 or 6 deep.
Yeah, you're right. It takes a team like that to win, though.
The teams now with OKC and Indiana are built to be like, yo, we're going to run, score 100. You can't do that with 3 people.
No, you can't.
You got to have 5, 6 people.
That's why the bench is key, though. And I'm not going to lie. OKC's bench has been stronger than the Pacers so far.
That's correct.
Obi Toppin.
You had a good idea that they should come have a Naismith.
Naismith. So, guys, like, no one take this personal. No one take this personal. But I feel like the Pacers have to switch up their starting lineup. I think you take Naismith out and you put Bryant in. The only reason I say that is because you have to match the bigs. And I do feel like Naismith off the bench is way more key and brings a different tone and energy. That's my hot take. I feel like that's valid. Because right now, who do you have coming off the bench for the Pacers that can come in and drop a 3? Maybe TJ McConnell? Maybe TJ McConnell?
McConnell, he'll run the baseline all day.
Maybe Benedict Mathurin?
They didn't figure him out. Mathurin, I like him. I think
it depends on his day. It depends.
He's a good athlete.
Good athlete runs all that.
Get his mind in check.
He needs to
lock in.
Thank you. But that's just my take. I feel like you take Naismith and take him off the bench. It creates more momentum. It maybe you can take Tyrese out for a little bit. I don't know. Sorry, we have our little Rooski. But I just feel like you have no one coming off the bench for the Pacers where you're like, okay, Tyrese can take a little break. You don't. So now he's taking a break on the court.
Well, that's what
that's the problem.
Nembhard, when Tyrese is out,
Nembhard cannot do it by himself.
But you do have a good point. If they can figure out to get a little bit more production off the bench,
it'd be so helpful.
I'm not sure Bryant would be a good.
Okay, who do you feel?
For that one?
Or do you feel like they keep the starting lineup? Because that's also fine. Do you feel like they keep the starting lineup? No, Toppin does not start. Tyrese.
I think if they
Pascal, Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Miles Turner.
To get a fast start, go ahead and bring Toppin in the starting lineup.
Okay.
He is aggressive. He's a shooter. Doesn't play a lick of defense, though.
You know what? It's hard for him. I think the majority of the turnovers in game one came from top end, and you could see the frustration. But stop reaching and just focus.
But for him, he's not known for his defense. He's known to be the athlete.
Dunk.
So if you can get him going early, get his confidence going.
I like that.
That might help. And then you can have Nate Smith come off with defense and shooting power off the bench with TJ McConnell, whatever, running the baseline for open shots.
So what, you put top end on Chet?
Yeah, because he can stay with
Please.
He can stay with
Good Lord. The thing is, he's athletic enough to stay with him. When I tell you Chet, though, is going to reach that big arm right there across from him, and he's going to foul.
Yes.
Every time he's going to foul.
You get 6. Use them, son. You know what I'm saying? You get 6.
Every time.
That's what Brian is going to be for. Brian comes there, and if you get a point from Brian, you're happy. But in the grand scheme of things, you want that young person there to use your 6. Go in there.
That's fair.
Make it hard for them to get a shot. Use your 6 fouls.
That's fair.
All right. Top end, again, go in there, be aggressive offensively, but be a little bit smarter on defense.
You can't even risk the 6 fouls, though, because you don't have that many people coming off the bench. So if you lose someone off the bench with 6 fouls, your Pacers are effed.
If you lose this game,
and OKC's like, thank God.
It's a done deal.
You think if OKC goes up 2-1, it's done deal?
OKC go up 2-1.
Bye.
They gonna if they even come close to splitting this series 2-2, going back to OKC, they're gonna get game 5. At home, yeah.
Okay, that's a possibility.
Game 5
that's a possibility.
Home. That's a done.
If it gets down to game 5,
game 5, they're getting that. So
okay, that's fair.
Pacers need to go in with the attitude that this is a game 4, and they
need to be doing that from the jump.
Game 6,
but that's what
7.
OKC didn't do on game 1. They came in, were up, and they relaxed, and then it's like small games like that can genuinely, like OKC giving up game 1 can hurt them the rest of the series,
and they realize that. They figured that out.
They did.
So now they like, nah. I'm telling you, they can.
It won't happen again.
They can get it. They got a taste of what's ahead.
That's right.
They know they can play, and they know they can stop the Pacers. I think they feel like they can get this now.
So do you see game 3 being either Pacer or OKC blowout, or do you think the game will be finally a close game where it keeps us on the edge of our toes, and by third quarter, I'm not bored washing my face and brushing my teeth because OKC is up 30?
I think it'll be close.
Okay.
I think the score still be in the hundreds. I think that.
Yeah, for sure.
The game will be closer and it'll feel a little bit more like a game.
Perfect.
The score from the last game was like 120.
123 to like 107. Yep.
That score is deceiving. It was not a game from start to finish. All right. Like
the thing is, like, it sounds like kind of close. Like they could have came back. They were not coming back.
They were not in that game anywhere at all.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So I think it's going to be a nice, close game.
Good. That.
OKC will probably still get it. In my opinion, they could pull it off and get 2-1. Pacers are going to make game 4 really hard.
Okay. Tyrese Haliburton, over or under 30 points?
Oh, under for sure. Under for sure.
The faith lacking.
Hey, I don't need faith to see that.
You know what? I'm going to give him 35.
Get back.
I'm giving him 35.
There's a bookie out there right now hoping that someone takes
don't listen to our bets
with the over under. You know what I'm saying?
Over under 15 assists though.
He might get it. I say he get 10. But somebody out there like
more points or more assists.
We gonna make sure he ain't getting 30.
But then SGA over or under 30. Over.
I give SGA 30. I'm a conscious better.
31.5.
Right?
Thanks.
I'm like 32.
No, literally. Oh, I think that will be key. It's going to come down to the role players. I think games 3, honestly, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, are going to come down to bench points. Truly, like, who can come off the bench, who can still score. SJ's proven that he can, still lead. But everyone around him is helping. Tyrese needs to rise.
Yeah,
and everyone else will rise with him.
Just be aggressive on offense. If Haliburton can do that, it'll open up shots for
Love that. Okay, Pacers or OKC game 3. Who do you think?
OKC game 3.
Okay. I have Pacers game 3. I feel like the energy from being at home will help them. And I think Tyrese finally has a fire under his butt. Because genuinely, if Tyrese has another 14-point game and they lose, everyone's going to be like,
yeah, that's it.
Like, you got ranked overrated by your teammates this year.
That's right.
You might want to do something about it. Anyway, that's our predictions on game 3. So now we are going to the segment of who's not locked in. And guys,
yeah, we're gonna change it up from locked in
to not locked in. And I'm sure everyone's seen the beautiful video of Stefon Diggs on a boat. Mm-hmm. And like, do I wish I was on the boat? No. Do I love Cardi B? Yes, that's fine. But did the Patriots like the video? No. So the big thing that was circling around was, should he be getting released because of the video and the assumptions people are making? Is he still the wide receiver he is? Do you feel like he is still the Stefon Diggs one of the top wide receivers in the NFL?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I love that, we're going to show everybody that we're well-rounded in our sports and that we appreciate all.
First football segment, thank you so much. We love everybody. Football just like nothing's happening, but when something breaks in the news in football, what are we here for?
And yeah, Stefon Diggs, I don't know what he was actually thinking by letting anybody have a phone or video option.
Yeah, but no.
Most professionals know that's
especially if we're
a no-no.
Doing something we shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, especially when you
anyway, it's fine.
Signed your whole contract.
It's fine.
So for him, terrible planning.
Especially when you're signing to the Patriots, which is like an old school,
right? You got
like culture.
Talking about we're going to do everything the right way. It's like
weird.
Wonder why you got kicked out of Buffalo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but do we still feel like he's the wide receiver he is?
No.
Do we feel like he will come to the Patriots, not save the team, because I feel like the Patriots are not going to be the team they were since where he left, but do you feel like he is still the wide receiver?
Everyone thought he was wide receiver when he was
at the Bills. The Buffalo.
When he was with Minnesota and he made a name for himself.
He did?
He was doing his thing.
He did.
Got to Buffalo, and I think when his production dropped.
Okay.
And it wasn't, I don't think it was by his own doing. I think it was just that you have a boy Allen, which can get you a lot of yards himself as a quarterback.
The Bills were good, though.
Right? And then you have, I forget who that running back is at the time, but you got Cook. You got a nice little, steady dose of running backs. So I think for him, it just kind of depended on his mentality. Or whatever.
Fair.
And he was doing, I think he just felt like he needed a new look. Well,
the
problem is, you're going to the New England.
I don't think it was the Patriots.
Like,
no.
I think he could. If he could have went to Miami.
With who?
Tyreek. Look what he doing.
You think him and Tyreek would have worked?
Tyreek don't care about football.
Also not locked in.
Just saying.
Also not locked in.
I know this would be the second time I brought it up, but that boy in court with child support more than anybody.
We talked about Edwards last time. Why is always we're always talking about children? Can everyone lock in?
That boy got a whole zoo family pack for
12. Tyreek, 10, I think it was a couple baby mamas, maybe here and there.
So, if Diggs wanted to have
go where you want to be free,
and like I said, allegedly in the video, whatever may have happened.
Whatever may have happened, because nothing's confirmed.
He could have done that in Miami. No one would have said that.
That's what I think he was in Miami though. That's like where I'm like, I think he was in Miami, literally on a yacht. Anyway, we don't know where he was. I think that's where he was, but it's fine. So, do you feel like the Patriots should still keep him? Because the conversation was, should we release him? Should the NFL fine? Like that was a whole thing. Do you think everyone should everyone calm down?
I believe that the NFL won't take action unless
I don't think they will either.
Action, right? At this point, I don't know what their plan is. I don't know.
It was just like, should they release him or not? It was in conversation.
Releasing Diggs isn't going to hurt them anyway.
He'll get picked up anyway. Right. It doesn't really matter.
He'll probably get picked up by somebody.
He would.
But I don't know who would. I wouldn't. I would just let him ride.
You wouldn't take him?
I mean, he got released from the Bills because him and Allen apparently or allegedly had disagreements.
But he also wanted money too.
But then you go to New England, you do this. Now it's like, do we really want you in the locker room with a young Mayo? Right?
Fair.
Our future is in a quarterback that technically isn't young. He's like 20. Like
young
sophomore quarterback at 25 or 20.
So, everyone's journey is different.
So, but your future is with Mayo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got a new head coach.
Yeah. It's fine. It's like he needs to be a leader.
Diggs he's never been a locker leader.
He needs to be a leader.
Right.
Well, so now like lock in. Yeah.
So for him, he definitely may have squandered a chance to do something and build something for the remainder of his career. He probably got a good 3-4 years in or something.
So do you feel like Stefon can get back locked in.
He can. He just needs to really
we still have faith.
Understand that it's a business.
Yeah, of course.
Football
You're too many years in, though, to not know that already.
And he needs to know that they will let you go. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like a lot of players are not getting signed because of off-field issues.
100%.
The NFL
they look at you from the minute you're in college.
Organization when it comes to image.
The NFL is very political. Don't tell me different, please. Right? From general managers to owners to coaches to teams, they're so political.
Yes, and so I don't know why he didn't just go ahead and pull a Kevin Hart and put everybody's phone in a zipper bag. So
advice for next time. Thanks. Well, I think that's a fair thing to say. Stefon Diggs, we are still hoping that he actually does produce good moves for the Patriots because the Patriots need to come back up.
He got hurt.
That hurt though. Regardless, saw it on Twitter a couple times. But with all that being said, Game 3 is going to be genuinely insane because there's so much for both teams. Who do you feel like needs Game 3 more? Pacers or OKC? No, finish this off.
Pacers need it more. OKC's going to get it. Like I said earlier.
He's an OKC fan. Go Thunders. Woo, Jesus. Well, that is all the content we have for this week. But then when you guys see us next time, it will already be like Game 5 and it'll be huge. And who's going to take 3, who's going to take 4, you guys will know because we'll be back. Maybe the Knicks will have a new coach. Maybe they will just quit as an organization. Maybe Brunson might leave. I don't know.